dude's username is PNUT.
Oh, welcome back to the Matrix. The Matrix, you are the Matrix. How's it feel, Neo? And today we got ourselves a banger daily market news analysis. What is up? What is up? How's everyone feeling out of 10? Let me know down in the comments down below. Make sure you guys are spamming that like button, hitting the share so other people can spam that like button. All right. We've officially had the biggest black swan in crypto history with over $19 billion liquidated in a single day. So what does this mean? So, I mean, this was a $20,000 candle for Bitcoin alone. Very, very crazy. And I went ahead and put this here in gray, okay? As I put out on Twitter, I think this is the right Twitter here. But I put this out on Twitter that most likely the 28-day low is in. We will see. I want to get through the weekend for sure. Okay, I'm not just going to come out here and be like, you know, we just have this crazy, event and then, we just like we drew it up. That's not what happened. Okay, so this was a proper black swan. If this is your first black swan and you made it through it, congratulations. You made it through the other side. This is a proper black swan. And what is a black swan is, by very definition, an event that cannot be foreseen by anyone. Okay, myself included. I did not have this on my bingo card. Now, I did have a back test for Bitcoin, but what I didn't have was... what I didn't have on my bingo card was Ethereum, on a lot of the exchanges going to $300, or Solana or XRP going to $1.37 on some exchanges. I didn't have any of that on my bingo card. So we'll see where the weekend closes. I anticipate there's going to be lots of volatility. The stock market was down massively today. The Russell was down. Everything got crushed today. I think even gold as well. Let me verify that. So let me find gold here. Gold, the only thing that's up. That's insane. So new all-time high for gold. This is insanity how overbought this is at this point. For gold, just straight line vertical. Now the one interesting thing though, I don't want to be that guy. So the Russell is down 4.2%, right? We've been paying a lot of attention to the Russell. I noticed this weird candle here. So I don't know. We'll see. Here's what I anticipate for Bitcoin. At the bear case, okay? Bare bones, literal. In all likelihood, this was a spring. I mean, oftentimes that's what a black swan is a spring. Okay? And if we pull a Fibonacci here, bare bones in the very short amount of time, because when we look on the 5-hour RSI, this is very oversold. In fact, even more oversold than we were over here. Okay? So we got red oversold, then we got red hot overbought up here. We anticipated a back test. We did not anticipate going to the bottom of the range. We did not anticipate it being done in one day. So I'm not going to sit here and stand here with hindsight and be like, oh, yep, we knew this black swan was coming, guys. We had it. No, I'm not going to do that. But this is the most oversold that we've been since April. Okay? And I've already went through this from the last time. What we see is when you're this oversold, and then you get across the upside, which we haven't gotten across the upside. That could be a couple of days from now. But when you get the cross to the upside, what you generally get is a minimum of an 8% move, as high as a 30% move. And what this marks is that the 28-day low is in. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is the body is way up here while the wick went all the way down here. That is the interesting thing about the whole conundrum here. But what I would anticipate in the short amount of time, and we're kind of already seeing it. We've already had a big, violent move from 103 to 112, but I think that we're going to at least get to 118, and then we can make a decision from there. If we were to get rejected off of 118 and then go on and make another low, that would not be good. But I do think that there's a very good chance, though, that this was just, I mean, you talk about apex predator, market manipulation to the highest degree. To the highest degree. Even higher. This is even higher amounts of liquidation than FTX, than COVID, than all of it. So you made it through the worst day in cryptocurrency history. All right. And if you're still here, you're a savage in my book. Bitcoin dominance. I don't like that Bitcoin dominance got this high. Now, let's see how the dust settles on Bitcoin dominance. I'm going to give this some discretion here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let this breathe and see what this does, because I have a sneaky suspicion that this was a massive apex predator liquidation. Like we saw, there was this whole account right here where some entity opened up a Bitcoin short 30 minutes before the Trump's tariffs announcement and just closed it with $88 million profit. He opened the account today. If this isn't insider trading, I don't know what is. Okay? Like, I'm not being funny here. I'm not being, like, facetious. I'm not being... This is insider trading. Okay? Now, I want to see how the weekend closes. But I have a sneaky suspicion that this is going to... If we can clear 117, 118, I think that this is going to perpetuate us into the next thing. We'll see what the Russell does. We'll see what Ethereum does. A lot of what I'm seeing online, though, this was a lot of the like bigger price action wasn't from the blockchain. It was from the centralized exchanges being exploited. So really a lot of funny business going on today. The worst day in cryptocurrency history. So, and it's crazy too when we zoom in on it, right? When we like really, it's like, man, this is go on the 5 minute or the look at this. This is insanity. Oh man, that's crazy. You know, that's as crazy as it gets. So we'll see how Ethereum plays out over the weekend. I have a sneaky suspicion, though. I have this here. I put it here. I already put it on the charts. I am fairly confident that the Bitcoin 28-day low is in. I'm not willing to bet my beard on it just yet. I want to get through the weekend before I have reservations to change my opinions. But I put it on the chart already. I've made it gray. On the Trade the News You Will Lose chart, we have made it gray. So there we go. I put it on there. I will put it in red once this is confirmed as a 28-day low, but I have a sneaky suspicion that we are going to get a violent bounce off of here. This is basically this perhaps could be our cycle's C19. And I don't want to come out here and just give everyone hopium and just be, oh, this is nothing, just like we drew it up. I'm not going to do none of that. All right. This was a literal black swan event here. And by very definition, no one could have predicted it. I'm seeing like all this stuff about, so-and-so was right. So like no one predicted this. People predicted a crash, sure. They didn't predict this. And I'll say one more thing too, and then we'll get into you guys' questions, comments, and concerns. Because I know you're gonna have a lot of them. This idea that like Trump's tweet caused this. Sure. That's the exoteric reason. But the real reason is apex predators will look for any reason possible Never let a good crisis go to waste. To liquidate and wreck as many people as possible. I'm scared of 2x leverage. Right? I think 2x you would have been fine today. 10 out of 10. Happy October, everyone. Yeah. Hello. What's up, DJ Queen? Trump's Agent Smith. Are we cooked, chat? I don't think so. 2 out of 10. Yo, yo, yo. Damn, Ski. Everything on discount. Yeah, okay. So now let's shift gears a little bit. Let me give you the ones that I am very intrigued by. It's others. It's ADA is a steal right here. So, okay. Here's the play. Look for stuff that's near its bear market lows that you are okay with holding for 3 years. I don't think that that's what's going to happen, but that's the move right now until we get out of uncertainty. So I'm looking at VeChain. I'm looking at ADA. Those look really good to me. By the way, the thing that held up really good today in the heat of battle, come on now. The Sonic army is strong. All right, let's take a look at VeChain. Let's take a look at ADA. Those are the ones that I have to me, feel like the best buy right now for the most upside, downside risk. And I feel okay holding those for 3 years. So what do we get here? Oh, man, that's a spring right there. That's what that is. Yeah, I think VeChain is probably the best buy right now. I mean, it's at its bear market lows. Insane. Insanity. All right, so let's just pull a swing high retracement 5 cents. That's easy money. All right, let's read some of the comments here. This was insane. I agree. This was literally the craziest day in crypto. Not silver. Crypto history. Will this push us into the bull market? It's a good chance. Listen, here's the honest truth. Okay? Here's the honest truth. I've been trying to marinate on things. I don't want to be like reactionary. I don't want to come out here and just like give you my emotional take. So that's why I waited. I let the dust settle a little bit. And realistically, I need to let it settle more. Realistically, what this means is one of two things. Okay? Either we're going to get a dead cat bounce and that's it, or this is going to send us. That to me is what's at play. Now, the more that I sit on this, the more that I'm like, my gut is telling me that this was Apex Predator shaking as many people as possible. I mean, just pure market manipulation. Like not only by the Apex Predators, but by like most likely Baron, whatever, right? That's probably who this is. Who knows? Insider trading, market manipulation, all the above. And when you see things like this, when you see massive fear, when you see massive bits of being oversold, like look at how oversold. This is nowhere near anything. At the bare minimum, like this is the most oversold VeChain's ever been that I can find on the 5 hour. But at the bare minimum, we're going to get a dead cat bounce to the 618. Bare bones. There's money to be made there. And I would take caution there. We'll see. I haven't seen any signs of distribution, anything like that. This feels like our bull market version of the C19 crash is what it feels like. Ski, I got liquidated. Me too, brother. We're bleeding but alive. Save us, Ski. Safe without leverage. Just very into the red. See, that's a good point. Lag. You're still bullish, right? I am still bullish. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like this isn't a crazy event, though. I'm not going to come on here, right? That's irresponsible. But yes, I am. And I think that this, intuitively, the way that I want to see how the market shakes out over the weekend into Tuesday. Intuitively, though, this feels like our bull market C19 is what it feels like. Will there be any more dips? Not without a dead cat bounce. So if you're asking, like, if it's it, okay, sure. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to get a dead cat bounce on Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin, and then we're going to find resistance. It happened extremely fast. That's right. Smells probably good. One more flush. There's not going to be another flush. No. That's not. Listen, let me tell you what's not going to happen. What's not going to happen is we're going to get another flush like this. There's literally no liquidity. There's none. Like, all of the liquidity downside was grabbed today. All of it. So if you're like thinking, are we going to flush down again? Not until more liquidity gets built up. That's going to take a while. There's literally no liquidity to grab right now. So we'll see how that gets, played out over the coming weeks. But as of right now, there's none. It's over. There's no liquidity downside. It's only upside. What a time to be alive. Couldn't even make a move. I know. The only things that were working are the DEXs. Chainlink went under 50%. Yeah, I think a lot of that was like bugs on the exchanges. Like, I know there were some exchanges where Ethereum was $380 or something like that. I'm not, listen, just another flush, but not like today. You're correct. This is a black swan. I'm not pretending like this is just a normal flush. It's not. It's a black swan. And by very definition, no one could have predicted it, myself included. I did not predict this. Right? I'm not going to sit here and pretend like this was on my bingo card just like we drew it up. I'm not going to do that. It's irresponsible. Irresponsible. Every single chart looks the exact same. I know that. So that's the thing too, Eli. Not even like Bitcoin. It's the stock market. This is a good point by Eli. Every single chart looks the exact same. It's the Russell. It's the Dow Jones. It's the S&P. It's Doge. It's like, this is market makers, guys. Like, everybody at the same time sold everything. Everybody at the same time. You know? Okay, here's the one that's not on the market. The coins that are not on the market did not get hit. The liquidity heat map is blank. It literally is. It is literally blank. All right, let's read some of the YouTube comments. Ski Rip. When is it Rolex wearing time? Is my VeChain going to pump? I watched NQZ drop 900 points. 0. Holy shit. Sonic held effing strong. He says, Sonic held strong. I'm amazed. I was afraid to check the decks. The VeChain chart is bad right now. I'm loving these prices. Yeah, listen, if you're an investor, today is your day. It's your day, King. Are you awake now that Bitcoin is under 120? I am awake. I am awake. Ski enters inbox. Save us, Ski. Alt season will come. I guess they wanted to make a pump. If this is C19 level, would that put alt season in 2026? No, listen. I'm not saying structurally. I get the question. That's not what I'm saying, though. No, John. Not what I'm saying. I get the question. I am saying the level of liquidation, the level of fear, the level of uncertainty, the structural crash, not the timing of it. Question, do wicks matter? Some places wicks on hyper 100K flat. I'm not going to say that they don't matter. I don't usually view them in my TA, though. Like, I don't even know how today, what did, like, today even close as? What was the daily body close here? Is this at 112? Like, that's just a higher low. I generally don't pay too much attention to the wicks. Now, at some point, those are going to get revisited. It's only going to get better from here, trust God. We're about to run to 156. I was out eating a burger and checked my account. About shit my pants. Oh, man. 19 billion being reported liquidated. You have to wonder how big the real number is, right? It's very big. And listen, like, that's the thing, okay? I'm not going to come on here today and pretend like I know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't. But what I know for sure is there's not going to be 19 billion liquidated again. Because there's no more liquidity to grab. It was all grabbed. Now, maybe in a month from now, we'll see what happens, right? Maybe some more liquidity will get grabbed. But not right now. I am fairly certain that this is the 28-day low. Sonic's the only one that didn't get his dick knocked in the dirt. All right, let's read some of the TikTok comments. What the WTF happened today? Market manipulation, apex predators. It was $19 billion of liquidity was grabbed. So, okay, I'm going to give you like the surface level thing, and then I'm going to tell you like what actually happened. Okay. So what happened today, surface level, was Trump tweeted out that the trade wars are getting escalated and there's 100% tariff, right? So that is the surface level thing that happened. Okay. Now, what actually happened too, so that was like a big domino to fall. But that's not the entire thing, okay? Now, beyond that, what actually happened was apex predators will not let any crisis go to waste. And so what do? They use this opportunity to grab as much liquidity as possible and to liquidate people. The market makers, the apex predators. Okay? Now, while this was happening, there was a bug in a lot of these centralized exchanges. And I'm not exactly sure, like I need to do more research on this, but there was some sort of bug that was not taking places on the DEXs, but was taking places on the centralized exchanges, where you were getting Ethereum at like $300. So a lot of the exchanges, like, they weren't even working today. So that's what actually happened. I'm still bullish. I'm still bullish too. I'm still bullish too. The glitch on the exchanges can still liquidate a 2x leverage. Right. It's not supposed to do that, though. This was the biggest sweep ever in crypto. No, this indeed was the biggest sweep in crypto's history. Have we officially called off the bull run? No, we have not. I'm going to listen. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not going to be cautious at the 618 when Bitcoin gets to 118. I'm going to be cautious. However, there's a very good chance that the 28-day low is in, and this is what sends us higher. Because oftentimes, in order to like really get, you don't need a black swan to get to the next level, but often you spring to the next level with something scary, right? Even if we just go back and look at Bitcoin's history here, you know, you have this the last scary event in April, and that sprung us to the next level. Same thing over here. You had the Japan rate cuts, and that sprung us to the next level. You had this big, like, scary sell-off over here, and that sprung us to the next level. That's generally how it goes. Okay, it's not. You almost never find like a linear just curve up. Generally, you find a big, scary event to send you to the next level. Now, I'm not saying. Ready for 10K candles, right? That's okay. That's a good point. Okay, Gary has a great point. For every yin, there's a yang. If you're seeing $20,000 Bitcoin candles downside, guess what you're going to see the other way? I don't know if that's tomorrow. I don't know if it's next week. I don't know if it's next month. I don't know if it's next year. At some point, you will see a $20,000 Bitcoin candle the other way. Every yin, there's a yang. Do you think we get a quick reverse up? If we're going to get a reversal, it's going to be quick. Coordinated event, 100%. 100%. Coinbase won't let me throw my life savings into it. Yeah, listen, you got to pay attention. This is You got to pay attention to the sentiment. The chances of double black swans are nil. That's 100%. You're not going to get another black swan next week. That doesn't happen. That does not happen. Take a poll. When will we see that? When will we see what? What poll? What do you want on the poll? What do you think about Flux? So much crypto adoption. There it goes. They heard ski now. There will definitely be another flush. What are you saying? Imagine you just turned in your ski scream. It's over. Please explain why the Apex Predators would allow to have an alt season if they can just keep manipulating us. Are you going to keep playing the game if there's no hope? It's very simple. If there's no wins, if there's never a win, never again a win, are you going to play the game? What creates new holders? Does retail buy at bottoms or do they buy at tops? What is the biggest billboard for a crypto adoption? Is it advertisements or is it an all-time high? You let me know. That's why it will happen. That is why it will happen. Because if there's no wins, then nobody plays the game. If there's some wins, then everybody plays the game and everybody can get manipulated. Have limit buys. That's a good practice. He is up. Ski, is it over? It's not over. Will the SEC approve ETFs? Yeah, listen, that's the big thing too. There's 19 pending approval Solana ETFs that are all going to be approved the same day. I don't know. Is it possible to have no alt season in this cycle? The fact that you're asking that question today, the answer is no. I bought some sushi at 47 cents. Did you buy anything during the dip? I bought most of the dip, honestly, I was out with my family. So I wasn't by my computer. But I'm looking at these prices. I do like ADA here, and I do like VeChain still. The beard bet. There is no way out of a beard bet other than shaving my beard or criteria is met. There is no I am out of a beard bet. Once I place a beard bet, I am in a beard bet until either one, I shave my beard, or two, criteria is met. So if you're asking me, is the Solnick beard bet still on? The answer is yes. Was Gary Gensler the apex predator? No. Gary Gensler is a puppet of the apex predator. Good point by one Craig Strong. Crazy how exchanges liquidated people, but pulled or denied people sell orders. Legit, illegal as shit. 100%. You should be using a decentralized exchange. You should learn that way of operating. How about the B-Chain beard bet? Again, I say unto you, there is no way out of a beard bet other than criteria being met or I shave my beard. That is it. There is no I change my mind. None of that. What is driving this? Driving what? This big crash that we had? The apex predators are driving it. Illegal scam exchanges. What's next for XRP is the craziest one to me. I talked about $1 something in some of my videos. I did not think it was happening now. On some exchanges, it got to $1.37. That's the craziest one. I mean, this came back in $1.25 on this one. This is Binance. That's insane. I don't know how I need to marinate on this. Am I going to count this big ass wick over here, or am I going to count this body? The answer is I need to see what it's going to do for the next couple of days before I know. I mean, in reality, this is a liquidity grab. So this isn't structure. This wouldn't be structure on how you would form it. If I was doing normal TA, this is how I would do it. I would say, here we go. Here's the body. That's a higher low. This is liquidity. I don't count wicks like this for structure. So now, if we make a lower low in the next, couple of days, couple of weeks, then maybe we have something else here at play. This might be enough of a back test for XRP. I was concerned about this, to be honest with you, that there wasn't all of this trading over here. There was no back test, but you could say that ripped the Band-Aid off. We talk about this. Sometimes you have these levels and it's just rip the Band-Aid off and get it over with. XRP did that. I missed the XRP wick. Me and you both. I was at jiu-jitsu with my kids when all this was going on. XRP went to $1.77 on Coinbase. Insane. Insanity. You couldn't buy those levels, though. There you go. That's a good point. So is it really real, or was it a glitch in the Matrix? What levels could you actually buy? So, like, okay, there you go. Like, if you can't buy that, that's not a real level. And I would have to view the rest of the market that way. What is the level that you can actually buy? That's the real level. What's the level you can actually sell? That's the real level. Anything above that is not real. Anything below that is not real. It says you're lagging. VeChain is almost totally recovered. That's insane. Not totally. It still has a ways to go. I need to figure out, like, what is the level that you could actually buy on all these coins? Fake dump, yeah. Literally, like, if you can't even buy it, that's not real TA. Do you still think we go to Euphoria late October? This certainly could send us there. Like, if you're gonna get a spring, it is now. Like, if there was it is now or never. If there was ever a spring to send you there, it is now or never. It is time to nut up or shut up. This is concerning as well, because if we couldn't buy the lows, we won't be able to sell the highs. 100% you won't be able to. That is a fact. That is a fact. You're only going to get that last 10%. You're not going to get the absolute top. I don't have it in my brain that I'm going to sell the top. That's not in my brain at all. I know that that's not coming. That's why I teach against that. Every day I come on live and I say, we have this idea that we need to buy the bottom and sell the top. It's like, you can't even get it. You're not going to. You just need to be in the right flavor. Fake dump, couldn't buy, orders didn't fill. It was a joke. Just delete the wicks. Yeah, the crazy thing though is, like, man, it's pretty. Yeah. This was a great day for buying. I agree. I agree. Orders still got rejected. Thoughts on Flux? Listen, none of my fundamental coins do I feel any different today. My flavor been pretty sour lately. Real level for ADA was 46 for buying. Yeah, I want to give this a minute to breathe, because the more that I sit on this, the more that it is very fishy. Looks like a spring on the weekly chart. On VeChain, yeah, maybe. Thank you for the $2 donation. The web, appreciate you, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh,
It says, see all that, and Bitcoin still at 112. Right? HB, thanks for becoming a member, you savage.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Ski Dog with us on the bloodiest of days. Listen, I appreciate that, brother. I will be here. I will be here on the worst of days. I was here November 8th, 2022. I was here June 22nd, 2022. When Luna went to zero. I was here. I was live. I was here when FTX went to zero. I was live. I was here live when Silicon Valley Bank went to zero. March 10th, 2023. 9/11, 2023. The war in Israel. I was here. I was live. The Japan rate cuts. Germany selling their Bitcoin. All of it. I will show up. No matter how dark the days get, I will be here being the light. Don't you worry about that. Everyone shell shocked can't tap the screen. I know, right? You think we're going to go to 98K? I think the 28-day low is in. That is what I think. Which of you noobs panic sold? I mean, bro, I didn't panic sell for sure. I bought some stuff today. But this is the biggest liquidation in history today. My phone had 47 notifications, prices. I had same happened to me today. This is massive. So scared to buy more. Hey, Big D, just de-risk. So when Bitcoin goes to the 618 micro 118, de-risk a little bit. You could be cautious there. Organized attack, 100%. Ski still up 200K on XRP. That green line is imaginary. What green line do you speak of? Shout out to the Solnic Army, too. And the heat of battle. I mean, come on now. In the heat of battle. That's pretty damn good. Barely got touched compared to everything else. Sonic's hitting pretty. I agree. 19 billion reported for liquidation. You have to wonder what's the real amount. Can we cut that music back? I don't even have my headphones. Is it loud? Is the music too loud? He says, funny how I could tell something like today happened before the noises coming from my phone I already knew. Do you see Bitcoin still going down from the haze? Not in the short term. I think that the 28-day low is in. That is what I think. I think we're going to have a bounce. All right, guys. I just wanted to come on here. It's late. I just want to come on here in the heat of battle and let y'all know that we're going to be all right. All right? Stick to your plan. If this wasn't part of your plan, no need to panic sell now. All right? Look for opportunity. I think there's opportunity in the market. I like there's some coins that I'm looking at that I like. I think at a minimum we're going to have a dead cat pounds from Bitcoin, and we're going to have a bounce. And then we can reevaluate, and we can de-risk there, and we can reevaluate. But there's a good possibility that this is going to spring us into everything that we've been talking about for years. All right. This is a proper black swan. If you made it through the black swan, congratulations. This isn't, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh, yep, just how I drew it up. Nope. This is a black swan. This is a real deal black swan. By very definition, nobody foreseen or predicted it. All right? No one predicted it. Not me. Not anybody. But if you made it through it, you made it through the worst of it. And I have a strong inclination to believe that the 28-day low is already behind us. So stick to your plan. Find your fundamental coins. DCA. Don't panic sell. Don't make emotional decisions. That's the worst thing to do. Make decisions based off of data, logic, reason, your plan of action, not based off of fear, not based off of greed. All right, guys. That's going to be it for this time. I will be live throughout the weekend. I usually take the weekends off, but I'll come on here probably tomorrow, maybe evening, and then maybe the same time for Sunday. All right, guys. Peace, love, prosperity. God first.